Hello everyone and welcome back to the foreboding sight of the Wayloon Docks by night for what's going to be our level 6 installment of this Kensai monk effort. It feels a bit strange to come to Wayloon towards the start of a life for this new pack, having always been used to coming here either late in epic or late heroic just to finish things off. But yeah, I figure we're gonna give the I guess we'd call it the rat chain, would we? Because there's a rat feature in every one. We'd give that a run through, trying to pick up some of the little augments that can be found in there. Some of them can be pretty useful. These kinds of things we're looking for. And the odd one I've actually got equipped in the gear here, so let's have a quick flick through because it's not nearly as piecemeal as it was. Starting with the weapon, I've shown you this already, the Chieftain's Spear coming from the Three Barrel Cove Wilderness area from one of the rares there. He's called Brine. Very nice item, and that really has led to a serious improvement in our damage output. The Ruby of the Snow Peaks in there is a bit of icing on the cake, but the crit profile there is good enough anyway. So very nice to have. Otherwise, we have changed a good number of pieces since the threadbare situation we were in at level 2. The hat is many people's staple, I would guess, from 5 until 29. It's that good. The melee power and healing amp on there is a real bonus. And we've got a couple of newer pieces here. That's a really nice item. Night Shield clickable. For some reason it's not 5 minutes as it should be, or even 4 minutes for the level it's at. It lasts 14 minutes, so it's going to last for most quests. And if it doesn't, you've got 3 charges on there. So awesome stuff. The Constitution we're using at the moment, and we're using the Fortification as well, so that's nice. I've thrown in a bit of extra armour. Our armour class now is a pretty ridiculous 72 for level 6. I suppose if you were a heavily armoured tanky type, you might get close to that. But given that we're in robes, that's pretty unreal, I think. I will happily take it. Next piece, very nice as well for our build, Double Strike. Very nice to stack on just about any melee. We are helped quite a lot by that, and also by the iconic past life we've got here. That's another 6 double strike for those, and another 9 from the martial ones. So really nice to have. Is that just double strike? No, we've got accuracy and fort bypass on there, plus 5 artifact bonus to melee power. We're doing well with the melee power bonuses. We've got 10 on there, an enhancement bonus, 5 artifact bonus there, and I think we have a 5 profane on the belt here. So we've done really well there. Very unusual for me. Brian, please take note. Organisation at its finest, at least on this channel. Nice level 3 cloak from the Salt Marsh. Deadly, accuracy, dex. Some of this is duplicated on other items. I think we've got accuracy on there as well, but better duplicated than missing. There's a nice little belt as well that goes with the Salt Marsh thing. I think it's got, is it Snake Belt or something? It's got Seeker and 1 or 2 other things on there, but it's nowhere near as good as this. This is the standout item. I've mentioned it in a previous life. For a strength build, this is where it's at, and I would anticipate whatever build Fools ends up in, he will probably be using this or the legendary version of this at the cap. And in the case of this one, I would be quietly confident we'll wear this up until reaching level 20. 2 little rings from the Feywild. Neither is amazing, but given that we're using Trip and Stunning Blow, they are helping both. So that's an extra 2 on all the tactics DCs. That's an extra 4 on the stunning. And the boots will, with combat mastery, that's boosting the trip standard DC. So both of those now are at a reasonably respectable mid-30s, which for the level we're at is not too shabby at all. Otherwise, on that ring, we've also got extra action boost, which is nice, extra armor piercing, and the topaz of damage is kind of cancelled out. Well, definitely can. It's the equivalent of deadly. It's the augment equivalent of deadly. So we've got it already, but it's just a nice thing to have. The gloves I've thrown in because we were still wearing level 1 gloves, basically just for the blurry, given that we're just playing on Reaper 1 and we have no other form of we don't have displacement or anything like that, and we haven't picked up the blur spell yet from Monk, so quite nice to have in the absence of anything else. The boots, we've got Seeker on there, which is very nice, as well as the combat mastery. The protection will help our defenses AC, as will the resistance bonus to saves. We have Ethereal on the braces, so we can hit Reaper targets, so we didn't need to put any Ghost Bane or anything in the weapon, which is nice. Vitality for a bit more health. So yeah, all in all, I'd say we're in pretty decent shape gear-wise, and I've no complaints at all about the Chieftain Spear. It's been spearing early and often. So let's talk about the feats we took since you saw us last. So it's been all fighter. So as you can see there, we're 4 fighter and 2 dragon disciple now. We took dodge and mobility at level 3 and 4, and at 6 we got my favorite whirlwind attack, so enemies beware. And we've also got, yeah, this is a little problem I've run into that I hadn't anticipated. So in the Kensai tree, as those of you used to it will, I'm sure, know, but I'm just getting used to, you've got to select a specialization. So at the moment we're doing clubs because we're doing quarter staves, so it's maces and clubs. The problem with that is, for the main build, because I'm going to switch to Great Sword at 12, so I've had to take, feat-wise, I've had to take the weapon focus slashing line, and I learned through bitter experience in past lives that you actually need the weapon focus slashing, weapon specialization slashing, and I think you need the greater one for this top line. Yeah, greater weapon focus. So you have to actually specify like one type and going all the way up. So if we were to put bludgeoning types now, which would obviously make it easier for us and we'd be able to use some of this now going further up this tree, when we got to level 12 I'd have to respec everything and really mess about. So I'm going to do the lesser of 2 evils. I've taken the slashing ones, but it does mean that for the moment we can't get access to the tastier things higher up the tree, so we're missing out a little bit. That said, we do now have the haste boost and the Reaper double strike boost. Those 2, along with whirlwind attack, I expect to carry us along, I hope so, at a fairly decent pace. What else was there to mention? Oh yeah, this is becoming a little bit annoying actually. Every time I swap to this throwing axe to trigger a lever or something, a target, it uncenters me and I have to remember to flick back on the sun stance. So I've looked around for a shuriken which I could use without that issue. I tried the, what's it called there, the Shanticore chain, which incidentally did really well with the traps. When you've got evasion, you just go through there and just laugh. Really nice to have evasion so early. But no shuriken at the end. It feels like deja vu, because when I did my Stick Monk series back in the day, Klitsch will remember this. I was looking first for the shuriken from the steam tunnel one, and then for the, what's the one everybody likes because of the crit profile, the Snow Star from the what's it called, that quest between level 6 and 10, that chain, Sorrow Dusk. The end chain reward sometimes has the Snow Star, and I looked out there as well. And same here, auction house had nothing for me, and on the shard exchange I could find 2 shuriken for the combined princely sum of 2,000 shards. So I think I'll pass on that until further notice. What else have I got noted down here? Yeah, because of the way I've chosen to go with 2 monk and this problem with the Kensai tree, it does rather blunt our efforts to a certain degree until we reach 12, because I'm locked out of these third tier. So I can't get to the trance in the Dragon Disciple, and I can't get to the heal in the Shintao tree, but I can at least show you in here some of the very nice things, most of which require you to be centered. So for all the cores, it's 10 healing amp, which is awesome for us. The positive spell power we will actually be using once we get hold of the healing hands here. The healing hands do a really nice job. If we were a pure monk, they would do even better. So there's scope for even higher. They're a really nice top up in between fights, and even in the middle of fights running low Reaper, especially if you're a pure monk, I would see that doing a really nice job. So you've got to choose the path of light for that one. Same deal here. We've got to be sent. That actually we don't have to be centered for. We can use that without being centered. So that's nice. But everything else in here we do. These attack and damage line got to be centered for it all. And this thing here, this is the real good one. This is like the equivalent of the, what's it called in the Vistani tree? Is it Rapid Slash that gets you the double strike? Well, 25% bonus to double strike that is more often on than not, and the strike itself deals extra damage, and we can hit more than one target with it. So yeah, very nice that. And if we've already got haste boost and Reaper's double strike going when we hit that, I'll leave you to imagine the damage that's caused. Actually, it's a good little learning curve for me. I'm sure you regular melee players will already be well versed with this, like hitting cracking attack first with the barbarian for the extra 2W damage on whatever you follow up with. Well, this is the thing for us here. Open with the 25 extra double strike and then do whatever you're going to do. I'm beginning to get into that, having placed that into the #1 slot, and then wondering why things aren't getting stunned. I'll get used to it. So yes, the healing in the core, the healing amp, and the double strike here are the only things that we don't actually need to be centered for. We need to be centered to get benefits of that line and also this shot. I was talking about special key strikes. Well, these are 4 of the options. I haven't seen fit to go into these because I don't see there being too much. If you were playing sort of at the cap against big things and you wanted where is this the sneak attack one, making them vulnerable to, yeah, vulnerable to sneak attacks? I guess that would be a good one, but we don't really have sneak attack potential with the build. The one I could use would be that one. Extra damage, extra crit multiplier, and threat range. We're drowning in key, so we could use it, but at the moment I'm settling for the haste boost and the Reaper boost and this double strike thing. I think that's going to see us pretty well. Got the second core in Kensai. the third one is the all-important one, and that comes nice and early as well. So that's going to balance out our issue with not being able to go further up the trees, because that's really strong. One on critical multiplier is really going to beef us up, and that's from level 8, I think, when we get the 6th level of fighter. So not too long to go for that. I left 1 point in the Dragon Disciple because that core gives melee power and some MRR. I saw that as good bang for our buck. I think that's it. Yep. Okay. So I figured we'd have a little go. Oh, I've swapped the shield out because we've got the clickable now, the night shield clickable. So we've gone with the energy resist spells instead. It's just nice to have something to click on when, like, if you're going through the fire caves in Three Barrel Cove, and obviously you know all the incoming damage is going to be one type, so just click on that and have done. On the slight downside, we've only got 2 monk levels, so all we get is this 2 minutes of protection, but it's better than nothing. Right, I haven't done too much on these ratty quests, so hopefully we don't suck too badly.
Your were-rat ally has found a way into the underground arenas run by the Night Brigade.
I seem to remember that nothing really happens when you go through these.
It allows you to transform into a rat
in rat form.
Sneak inside and defeat the Night Brigade's battlemaster.
I would hope it doesn't, because there's not a lot we can really do. If memory serves, if you have something big like a shield equipped, the rat runs a lot slower.
Stalks these halls, searching for prey. Best to avoid confrontation, as you cannot fight in this form. This crowd of people makes an ideal hiding spot for a small creature.
Okay.
Being a rat has its advantages.
Let's get the buffs on. We are afraid, are we?
The rat talisman shines.
Oh, we weren't.
More, and you revert back.
Oh, you can actually take potions in rat form. Yeah, I remember, but we couldn't do anything else in rat form. Okay. So you can use healing potions if needed in that form. That's good to know. So throwing the double strike thing in. That quelling thing.
A magical voice booms.
Where does that come?
Around.
That comes from one of the
challengers for our first bout have entered the arena. Can they survive
it's not from
against
there.
the Night Brigade's hand-raised reptilian terrors?
Let's just try and dispose of these beggars first. Let's do some CC here. Mixed success.
The magical voice calls out once more.
Should have haste boosted.
Win, earning them the chance to move
where does that quell thing come from?
Was this victory
Is it from one of these things?
Or dumb luck?
No, I don't think so. Is it coming from the weapon? Yeah, I just read about it on something. I don't know what we're using. Or is it that thing? Ah, yes, quelling strikes from the gloves of tranquility. Okay. On that basis, you could perhaps figure out that I haven't used those gloves before. I suppose they're a good fit for a monk.
Let's all welcome the newcomers to the second arena. Their opponents this time are straight from the snowy peaks of the Stormhorns, a band of fierce and deadly orcs. May the most brutal fighters win. Unbelievable! The warband has been defeated. There will be a brief pause to give the newcomers a chance to rest and wash the blood off their blades. But the question remains, do they have what it takes to make it all the way? Night
No
Brigade
blood on this
lackeys
blade,
guard
please.
the door leading further into the cave.
As long as I remember to
So far,
keep
you've
the
played their
force
game.
imbuement up,
Now, it's time
we
to
do
advance
alright. I
to
haven't
finish
broken
yours.
it yet. Nice. Quite like the animations of this thing. Seems a little bit different to some of the other quarterstaffy type things, which reminds me that people have sometimes discussed in the forum about maybe having proper spears in the game and their own sort of combat system. But at least up to now, I don't think it's for any time soon.
The reigning champion of the final arena, a massive cloud giant, has just defeated a displacer beast. A trapdoor opens, swallowing the corpse
Get
of
our
the
2
defeated.
boosts on
The cloud giant then turns to attack
and get stuck in.
resigned to his fate. In the arena, there can only be victory or death, nothing else.
Happy
As
days.
the cloud giant
Go on, give us a
falters,
nice augment
the Night
or a
Brigade's
nice
battle
item.
master rushes into the arena
Yes,
to continue
intelligence,
the
happy
fight.
days.
Agartha the Breaker enters the fray with a joyous battle cry. You've defeated the Battle Master and destroyed her arenas. Now that you've deprived the Night Brigade of their best-trained fighters, it should be easier.
I draw
to
the
bring
line at
change
actively
to their
farming
needs.
for any of these things, but doing the quests, you know, some of the new ones from the Tavern Tales and these ones, and the what's it called, Mithranor, Once a Life. Just slowly but surely, I'm hoping to establish a half-decent collection of these augments, especially considering any new stuff that comes into the game in future is all going to be following that pattern. So we'll take the sun and moon things.
Like many wizards, the Grand Arcanist has built his lair high atop a tower. You ready yourself for the inevitable climb up the stairs.
It's going to take me 3 or 4 quests to remember that I actually have the whirlwind, as is my way. Look at that, my god.
The stairs continue to spiral
And it's on
upwards.
such a short cooldown
You
as
steel
well, 6
yourself
seconds.
and your
That's
leg
just
muscles
devastating.
for more climbing.
So if I could just remember to do the quick strike first and then
try
put
the
the
door at the
whirlwind
top of the
AoE,
stairs,
things are just
only
going to
to
be
discover that it's
decimated, aren't
barred
they?
shut on the other
That's
side.
going to be the
But you notice a
hopefully
gap
the
at
system.
the bottom of the door. Something could squeeze in there. Something small, like a rat. Ooh, what's this? Rats appearing on my doorstep? Wonderful. A volunteer to test my labyrinth.
Okay,
The
let's
open
get
room
testing.
suddenly melts away, and you find yourself surrounded by looming walls. The Grand Arcanist has made you a test subject in his labyrinth. Now to make your way out.
Seems to trigger fairly often, that quell effect. I guess because we're striking through,
You hear a
so
small
we have
voice
more
in the
chance to
corner,
activate it.
beckoning you over.
Oh, no nothings. Let's see, best place for you guys on the floor. Oh, let's not stay in there. Horrible creatures. I still bear the scars from first encounters with them in Vecna and the horrible force damage they were putting out. Am I even going the right way here? Yeah, okay. Oh, lovely. One shot the pair of them, I'll take that. That's not so good, that derisory little heal. I think that, yeah, regeneration, it's just rubbish, isn't it? I wish that was, that there is actually a good one, isn't there? I think it comes from a necklace that gives, is it something every 10 seconds and not just one or two either? It's a nice item. I forget what the name is, but I've tested it and found it to be pretty good. That's it, on the floor, people. Oh, lovely stun against a nasty target there. We like that. Rough translation, I pressed the right key for a change. Oh. If you haven't tried this pack yet, that maze looks fairly daunting at first, as though you're going to be running around in it forever. But when you give it a couple of goes, you find it is actually fairly linear.
What's this? How did you get in here? You've ruined my experiment.
The boss guy in here, he goes and hides in his little thing up there, and he doesn't come back out, I don't think, until you've killed off his waves of minions. Let's put some fire resist on, eh? I think now he might just decide to grace us with his presence. There we go.
How
Happy days.
curious.
Don't you have a chest for us, pal? Thank
You
you.
brought an end to the Grand Arcanist and his strange experiments along with
Not this time, eh?
One more of the Night Brigade's lieutenants has been dealt with, and you're one step closer to getting revenge for the were-rats.
I think one of the nice things about this augment system, these things here. I mean, it's a pain in that you've got to not only get the piece of gear you're after, but also have the right augment now. But the nicer thing is, just by running the content by degrees, you have a chance over several different pieces of content to land the augment or augments that you're looking for, because they do overlap. It's not just one drops in one content, so you might be farming that one thing for like forever. Not that I would do such a thing anyway.
The were-rats sent you here to track down another major member of the Night Brigade. This one is known as the Master Thief, but she won't be easy to find.
The Master Thief, is this the one with all the traps? This'll test our evasion, won't it?
You notice a gap in the fence.
A gap in the
A
fence.
rat
Are we
could
going
slip
through there? Oh,
through.
nice one, okay. Am I going the right way? said he, making no attempt to avoid the traps. Looks like it needs pulling. Perhaps that too.
This area matches
Now
the
then.
description the were-rats gave you. You're on the right track.
I really have no idea which way to go here. Are we looking for another rat hole?
You hear
Oh,
the
crud.
telltale
Okay.
click of a trap just
So
before
we've
the
got
floor
a
collapses.
puzzle down here, yeah. Nope. Is it that way? Today game. Thank you.
With the last piece of the puzzle falling into position, a magical floor reconnects the two hallways.
Oh, hello. He needs to be on the floor. Are we going the right way here? No. Okay. Might as well break all this while we're in here. I think there's something really nice. Yeah, there's a crossbow over there, isn't there? Let's get out of here. A sneaky little mouse hole. Have I gone the right way? I guess time will tell. I'm not convinced. Yet another chest that I could have perhaps tried to orc bash, but given that strength isn't a factor and our intimidate score will be derisory, I suspect that we wouldn't do too well with that. Now, oof, my god, devastating. Okay, which way now? I really do not know. I think it might be this way. Do we pull that? Yep, looks good. Well, that was a good one. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Should it be? It should be that way. So that was just for the shrine. Yeah. It looks like it's this way to somewhere new. Okay. Open sesame. One thing I really like that I miss at times like at the moment when I don't have is the
This
spring
opulent
attack
manor seems
thing.
quite out of place.
I've enjoyed
After all
testing
of the
that, and I
dense
would
sewers
like
and
that
dusty
or something
tunnels we had
like
to
it
traverse to
on
reach it.
whatever final melee build we end up doing. Is it down there?
The Master Thief's
Yep.
nose wrinkles in distaste as you enter. Oh, came through the sewers,
This one
did
properly
you?
caught me out the first time I
hope you
did it.
enjoyed
They all
the
came
little
spewing
traps I
out and I
laid.
was standing
built
here
all
like
that
a
to
lemon.
separate out the chaff, so only talented rogues make it through. But I doubt you came all this way.
So we do
looking
have
for
our
a place
2
in my guild,
second wins
or
here
even to
in
steal my
case of
treasure.
urgency.
No.
I've moved them
You
away
got
from
heroes
the
all
5
over
key
you.
because I kept
We're
triggering
here for
them by
something
accident,
more
pressing the wrong key.
confrontational, let's say. Well, far be it from me to keep you waiting. Kill him!
Lovely stuff.
I didn't last long.
Oh, hello.
Guess this is one of those jobs I have to do myself. The master thief
Go on,
falls to
give
the
us
ground,
something nice.
gasping. How?
Oh, more of you. Where are all you lot come from?
With the master thief defeated, the Night Brigade stands on the brink of defeat. The were-rats will be
I
pleased
don't
to
think we
hear
got
how
anything
their
for that
plan's
one, did we?
going.
Not to worry. On the plus side, we can see we've no trouble whatsoever having loads and loads of key. So maybe I should consider at least testing out one of these attacks. Although it's fairly clear at the moment we're not lacking for offensive output, are we? So maybe we can leave that for now. I could put another double strike on there, couldn't I? Just for now. The cookery. Okay, last but not least. Is this another one where we have to squeeze into the rat hole at the start?
This is the entrance to a temple
I think
of Shah,
it might be.
where the Night Brigade's leader is said to live. Now to find a way inside. The stranger asks you to do what you can to bring Seluna's light to Shah's temple. You spot a small hole up in the wall ahead, leading into the Shah temple. You shift into rat form so that you can make your way inside. Now that you've reached the temple's entrance hall, you resume your normal form.
I remember when we tried this
into the center
in
of this vast chamber.
legendary mode.
Devoted to Shah.
It was pretty rough. There was one section, wasn't there? I don't know if you saw that one,
Shah's altar is protected by
where
shadows.
I had no idea where the things were all coming from, but things just kept spewing out, and red named things as well. It was all over the show. Can we have the... Where is it? There we go. Yeah, I think it was one of those umbral gargoyle type things. And it just came flying out of Lord knows where and caused absolute panic. Then again, let's be real about it. It doesn't take much to cause me to panic, does it? Just a minor laggy episode. I think this was the area where it all kicked off, so let's try and be wary. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be going. Is it up there? Oh, that's where he comes from. So he just spawns out of nowhere. There was me thinking I'd opened a door or something, or a door had opened. So he just literally just spawns there. Okay, that's good to know. That fire shield thing is from the boots we've got. We've got the Feywild boots on, which can trigger a fire shield hot on occasion. idea if I'm going the right way, but I guess we'll find out. I don't think that is the right way, is it? Am I not supposed to be going? No, let's keep going. We're going towards somewhere new. That's usually a plus. Oh, mouse hole's usually a good
You
clue as
found
well.
another rat hole, so you shift into rat form once again. You resume your normal form as you enter the hallway.
Oh, is this it?
You've
Looks like
arrived
it.
at last.
Okay.
Just in time for my last offering to share.
Okay, so far so good.
I spent my life spreading the goddess's darkness
Happy
in this
days.
city, and I'll die doing the same. The Night Brigade.
As long
has
as you leave us a
fallen.
nice augment,
You've
you can do
punished
what you
their
want.
crimes
Not
and
this time.
avenged their victims. Yet a thought rises unbidden in your mind. The truest victory.
Okay, well, I
against
didn't think
sharp
that went too
darkness
badly, despite
to
my
make
little
a
faux
light.
pas with the enhancement trees. I think it's probably, if I was going to make a mistake, it's probably a good way around to get it. So we're going to get the extra power when we would quite like it towards the back end of the life. And we make do with a little bit less early doors. I honestly, between the whirlwind and the haste boost and the quick strike, I think we're in a decent place now. So not too disappointed, even though it was a bit of an unforeseen error on my part. I mean, we could, I suppose, just go with the slashing weapon instead and forego all the nice benefits that being centered might give and just pile everything into the Kensai tree. But we've gone this far now along this road, and level 7's going to bring the elemental bloom into the fray, so I'm quite looking forward to that. Now I think we're going to carry on like this, and then at 12 we'll swap over and see what the Sword of Shadow can do, as if we didn't know already. So yes, 7 is going to be the bloom. We're going to go on until level 10, taking fighter levels and stacking the feats, some of which, like the weapon specialization slashing, are for later use really. As I mentioned, I hadn't been aware until trying some fighter lives recently that you need to actually take feats to marry up with these. So you need 3 in all. You need 1 for there, the weapon focus, whatever it is. Then you need 1 for the second one, which would be the weapon specialization. And then the third one would be greater weapon focus. Yeah. And you really need to take all 3 of those, because the top thing here is your big boost to hit points and also 3 hit and damage with all weapons, which you don't really want to miss out on. Something else worth mentioning, these tier 5s are all 1 point, I think, by the looks of it. So that's quite nice. I've only ever tried 3. I think I take the keen edge, obviously, for the crit related stuff. That's the one for the Kensai centering thing, for it being centered with whatever weapon you've chosen to specialize in. And then we've got the weapon master thing. These other 2, I haven't really tested them. Perhaps we'll give them a go this time around. Time will tell. Okay, enough waffle. I think I'm going to head to the Feywild now and see how we stack up there. Thank you very much, as always, for looking. I will be back at, what, level 10? See how we get on with the elemental bloom. Until then, happy questing, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.